Well, you know it's Big Brother time because during the Big Brother season, I'm live several times a day. And today's no different. I have a little break, so I wanted to jump on here and have some quick thoughts, give you guys some quick thoughts that I had on Cirie. A conversation that I saw posted that I think took place today, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to go back and look at the feeds, but I think it took place today between Izzy and Cirie. Izzy was complaining to Cirie about the fight that she had with Jared yesterday, where, I mean, I don't have every single detail about that, but basically, um, Jared had given some information to Blue before she knew about it, and she was upset about that. She was like, Jared, you can't be, you're supposed to be the middleman. Y'all saw that clip where she was like, Jared, you're supposed to be the middleman. Like, don't be giving this information to Blue. So I've been thinking about it, and Cirie said to Izzy today, I forgot how she phrased it. There's so much information being inputted in my head all day with this Big Brother stuff that I can't remember everything. Forgive me. But she basically was saying that Jared is entertaining himself in the house with Blue. That's essentially what she was saying to Izzy. That's not the exact word she used. But yeah, she's basically saying it's something to do in the house, and that's what Jared has told her, and that's what Izzy said that Jared told her as well. So there's a lot of stuff I believe that is cut out from these feeds. There's a lot that we don't see from these feeds. They go down, they cut things out, and I have not personally seen any of these conversations that Jared has had with his mom. I tend to believe that at conversations, the two of them, right? So this is the thing that I wanted to say about Cirie and Jared specifically. Everybody else that is going into that house is a complete stranger of the other. Everyone might know Cirie from TV, but aside from knowing who she is from watching her on TV, nobody, 16 out of those 17 people that were in that house, met each other when they got there. So they are trying to read each other. Now, I can say, no, than your mother, of all people. We're not talking like a sibling. We're not talking like a close cousin. We're talking the woman who gave birth to you. Nobody has a better read on you than her. So I've been looking at this whole time and feeling like, how does she not know that Jared is lying to her about how he feels about Blue? Oh yeah, I'm just playing her for the game. This is not a real relationship. This is fake, this and that and the other. And she's just taking it at face value. But then I thought about my mom, and I thought about my relationship with my own mom. And my mom is the last person to take me at face value if I'm lying. She's the last person to take me at face value if I'm telling her something that is less than truthful. It's like moms have a moms are born, and it allows me. I really honestly can't believe that she believes everything that Jared is saying. And this conversation that she had with Izzy this morning makes me feel like she knows her son. She knows his temper. She knows the types of things that she could say that trigger him. She's seen him in all types of situations in the real world. She raised him. He grew up in her house. She knows him well. So I think a part of it is her being like, if I talk to him a certain way, Or if I try to tell him what to do, he's gonna be like, I'm a grown man. I have this under control. I can do whatever I want to do. So I think a part of it is not even her believing everything. A part of it is like she knows the type of reaction that he would have if she was like, Blue is bad for the game. You need to get rid of her right now. She knows that he would not have a good reaction to that. So I think she's playing the game within the game. She has three different things to manage. One, she has to manage the huge target on her back of being Cirie Fields from Survivor. The second thing is that she has to deal with the superfan who identified her immediately and is like, I know your secret. We have to work together. That's number two. Number three, she has to deal with the son that is sometimes erratic, emotional, hot-tempered. And actually, number four, she has to deal with the interactions between her son and her forced adoptive daughter. Because the game is not just about Cirie. I think we'd see her play a totally different game. Would she be able to make it to the end? It would still be hard. Is it possible? Yes. Is it a guarantee? No. But the thing is, having to play with her son and then having to play with the superfan who knows her secret changes the way how she has to play the game. And I think that she was particularly masterful in the traders. I think that you put anybody else, there's not too many people that you could put in the position that she's in now, and they do as well as she's doing. She didn't come in there to dominate Big Brother because she can't dominate Big Brother. Because if it appeared like she was dominating, she'd be out the door just like Heisem. That's how she's been lowering her profile. She's been talking to everybody. She's been involved in multiple different conversations. She's involved in all the major decision making of the majority alliances in the house, except for week one. But she got out the person who was running that alliance. And now she's dealing with, the variable, like I said, her son and Izzy. So as I was thinking about it today and as I was watching that conversation, which I'll have to look at it a little bit further when I get back home, I don't think she 100% believes that Blue is not into, Jared is not into Blue. She's seen her son, he grew up with her. She's seen him in multiple relationships. She's seen how he acts when he's into somebody. You can't pull the wool over the eyes of a mom. I believe that Big Brother production has cut out a lot of these conversations that they had between Jared and Blue, between Jared and Cirie. So we haven't really seen them talking about that in depth too often. But I think those conversations have happened because she's saying things that Jared has said to her that I've not seen on anybody's Twitter. I've not been seeing on any recaps, but it sounds like they've had those conversations about Jared and Blue. So I think that she's playing two games, and I think Jared is playing two games. They're playing even the fun, right? They love each other. They're going to be mother and son in the house, out of the house. It's not going to end their relationship. It doesn't mean that they're coming in there playing the exact same game. It's like if you're on a team, right? I was on a lot of different sports teams growing up. And I played a lot of games with my best friend on the team, right? We're best friends. But if we got on that basketball court, we got on that football field or whatever, it doesn't matter how much we talked about the game before we got into the game. We get in there, different things happen. Like we might have different reads on what's going on. We might have different ideas once we get in there on the best strategy. We might have arguments over things that are going on within the game because we each have our own minds. Even though we are both having a common goal and we're trying to win together, we each have our own idea on what winning means. And I know that Jared knows. He called his mother the Michael Jordan of Survivor, right? But she's still his mother. I feel like if he came in there and he met Cirie Fields and started working with her as Cirie Fields and she wasn't his mother, he would be more like, I'm the student and you're the teacher. I'm willing to learn from you. I'm your pupil, right? But mom is always going to be mom. Seeing examples of this in these conversations that they're having together. Mom is always going to be mom. There was even a point early on, one of the first arguments between Jared and Izzy, when I saw Cirie getting heated and when he said that Izzy was getting too emotional, and Cirie kind of got up and was like, she looked like she was about to lose it for a minute, like, I'm your mom, how dare you talk to me like this, like, lower your voice. Child. I know that everybody says it's an advantage, and it is an advantage having two people in the house that are both working towards the same W and are trying to get in the final two seats together. But let's not forget that this is still a difficult feat, man. And we're seeing Jared slipping. And we've heard examples of her slipping too, not as bad as him, because, she's not in there young and having fun, looking for a showmance or anything like that. So she doesn't have that dynamic, but she does have the dynamic of sometimes when they get into these rivalries, she's like, oh, my three sons, blah, blah, blah. This is my son's nickname, and she said, oh, I've almost done this, or I've almost said that. So it's a hard thing to navigate. I'm seeing so much potential for this thing to crumble. The only thing that is their saving grace is that a lot of these people are not really Big Brother players. I mean, there's a couple of people that know Big Brother, but I don't really feel like there's people who are playing the game too well in that house. So currently, she's in a position to be able to watch what everybody else is doing and just navigate through their reactions and get through the game that way without having to make any kind of major moves on her own. I disagree with you. I don't believe is related to race on white Jared. Oh, that's a whole different topic. Yeah, that's a different topic for a different video. But yeah, I think that it's gonna be hard for them to make the final three. I don't think they're gonna make the final three because I think that it's just, as of right now, I just see it as a ticking time bomb waiting to happen, like I said yesterday, between the relationship with Jared and Izzy, between Jared eventually having to choose between Blue and his team, his mom. I mean, I do think that if his mom was like, if it was a situation of, I have to choose between my mom or Blue, obviously he's going to choose his mom. But it gets murky if it's like, I have to choose between Blue versus one of my other team members that I don't really care about as much. Then I don't know whether he would choose Blue or not. I could see him doing something where he makes some side deal with some side alliance and then tries to spin it to his mom, like, oh, this is the reason why this is the best thing for us to do. And her being like, us, what are you talking about us? Like, this is not the best thing for us, this is the best thing for you. You really like this girl, don't you? I kind of tend to see the potential for that to happen based on the way that it's going. So that's my theory on the way that Cirie is playing the game. I think she's playing the game more than we think she is, and she's playing the game within the game, managing her son, managing Izzy, and managing her son. He knows those feelings. I think she can tell. I think she can tell, but she's doing what she has to do. I'm sure those conversations that they're gonna have outside the house are gonna be real, real interesting. But it's anyone's guess as to when those conversations are gonna take place. By that I mean how long they're gonna be in the house. Next week, tomorrow actually, I'm so excited to find out who wins the new HOH, because I don't want somebody from the Cirie side to win, even though I'm rooting for Cirie overall for the sake of entertainment and excitement. I'm hoping that somebody from her side doesn't win, so we can see. That's when you're really going to see how all of this stuff is going to be navigated. Because America, for example, doesn't trust Blue at all. So if America is like, I want to put up Blue and Jared, or if America is like, I want to put up Blue and anyone, Blue and Jack, what are we going to see happen here? Sorry about that, y'all. It cut off. But